Hi there. This is Christine Dunbar from speechmodification.com, and I'm live to show you my online courses. So I wanted to take a moment to give you a quick tour of some of the resources on speechmodification.com. And specifically, I wanted to look at my online courses because right now those are on sale for less than $5 per month, and you can get a 2-week free trial to check them out. So it's a great time as you're getting ready for the new year to think about taking on a new challenge for yourself to improve your personal and professional communication. When you're on speechmodification.com, you can get to the courses by clicking on my courses, or you can look here at your options. We have individual training, local classes here in Seattle, and this is what we want to look at, our special for online courses. So we're going to go to the online courses, and I'm going to show you some of the courses we have on offer. A great starting point is our American Accent 6-week course. This course gets you started with American accent training by giving you the most important things to work on first and teaching you all of the steps to change your speech. So this is the course that I recommend for most people. It works for all languages, and it really helps you address some of the most difficult pronunciation and intonation topics in American English. And it really gets you started on how to practice efficiently and effectively to change your speech. Those of you who have had some experience, maybe taken the 6-week course, you may want to look into my American Accent Training for Professionals because it covers more sounds, more topics, and more advanced information. If you're not sure if online training will work for you, you might want to start with my mini course because this course is absolutely free. There's no charge whatsoever. It goes through 14 lessons to give you some quick tips and some places to get started with your American accent training. I also have courses that are language specific. So if you speak the Indian English dialect, you might want to check out my Indian English course because it's tailored to the accent error patterns that you will have. And my Spanish speakers, I highly recommend the training for Spanish speaking. These courses can be purchased and looked at in conjunction with the 6-week course. Again, as I said before, the 6-week course really helps you get started, learn the process, and see how you feel about online training and whether it works for you. So let's go ahead and take a look at that 6-week course and so that you can see some of the information that's available in it. When you start the course, you'll see that it's comprised of video lessons as well as text information, and you can navigate from the course and see all of the chapters. This course unfolds 1 week at a time, so each week you receive new lessons and new help and new videos. So we begin with the introduction and week 1, and in the introduction you can get an overview for how the course begins. Each lesson has between 1 and 5 videos. They're pretty short, 1 to 3 minutes, and so they're pretty easy to absorb and to take one step at a time. We take a look at why we have an accent in English and give you some help for understanding your accent. And then we have accent overviews for all of the languages of English. So you can look up your language. You can say if you're an Arabic speaker, Cantonese, Farsi, etc. Let's just take a look at, say I were a French speaker. These overviews help me see the error pattern that I might have on the sounds, examples of those errors, and that helps me tailor the course and focus on the sounds and patterns that I have. So that's what we have in the introduction, all of the languages and the information. And then in week 1, we begin right away with looking at accent error patterns that affect most people in most languages. The videos will teach you what the patterns are, what common words are, and how to practice. And then you can walk through the lessons and get more specific help. So we look at the Z sound at the ends of words in words and sentences. We look at how to record your own voice and begin to listen and change your speech. And then working through the steps of practice. So easiest practice and then moving the practice elements into your everyday speech. So for many people, when they first begin an online course, it's fairly easy to make these changes, but they find that it's difficult to make the changes overall in their speech. And this course helps you do that. The course also includes MP3 downloads so that you can put the MP3s on your phone or on a CD and practice without the course as well. You can keep those are yours even after your subscription is finished for the course. All of the elements that relate to each accent pattern have some additional information, so you can go in more in depth for spelling, for understanding pronunciation. We also have next steps. Once you have the basics, you're going to start looking at how your accent affects grammar, for example, in plurals, adding the Z sound. And in addition to the video lessons, there are worksheets that you can print out and walk through the steps. There are online quizzes that you can self-check if you're learning what you need to know, and taking those quizzes more and more advanced, looking at spelling and sounds and words. As you can see, there's a lot of details. So this first week, you'll kind of walk your way through these lessons, through the steps, and then the second week, you'll move into lesson 2. In lesson 2, we begin to look at intonation. So we start with pronunciation, which is how we say the sounds, and then we begin to break down what American intonation is all about, looking at listening to intonation, learning to use intonation, and related topics like how we use small talk. So we practice on the things that you actually have to say. We give you practice materials to work on your accent and also to work on that American cultural communication. So I hope you find that helpful. Many of the lessons and quizzes are interactive, so I can, for example, check and see if I'm working on my intonation. I can check and see, okay, I need to try to check for what are the stressed words, and then I can check my results and get feedback on which answers I got correct and which answers I didn't get correct, and keep trying to get that feedback and that help that I need. I also have many, as I said, downloadable PDFs for practicing this information, and a lot of visual information. So there's always going to be videos to help you. There's going to be different ways to access the same material depending on your learning style. And again, the MP3 files for you to download. After each week, each couple of weeks, there are what are called generalization lessons, and these lessons help you take the skills that you learn in the basic lessons and move into the next steps. So I give you practice materials that you can use as examples to really get this practice happening for you, how to take those skills to the next level, and walking through all of the different steps. And then a lot of bonus videos for additional sounds and patterns that will help you take the skills that you learn in the basic lessons and move more deeply into those lessons. So in week 3, we look at vowel sounds in English. Week 4, we look at advanced steps for American R and intonation. Week 5, we look at TH and continue with intonation. And then in week 6, we start looking more at some elements of your accent that are to get that typical American sound. So if you were part of my American Sounds Challenge on YouTube and on Facebook, we looked at the American T sound and the flap T in the middle of words, and those lessons are here to help you as well. And we have a lot of bonus materials in this course, including the some help for soft skills for professionals, so looking at direct and indirect language, business and technical vocabulary, so a lot of extra videos to help you with those specifics, and then lots and lots of downloads for specific practice on words and patterns that you might have in your accent. So depending on your profession, you may really want to work on some tech words, some business words, and these words are all sorted by accent error patterns. So by this point in the course, you know, okay, I struggle with American R, or I'm working on American TH, and I'm in real estate. I can look at those MP3s and work on that really specific practice that's going to help me. I also give you some good overviews on understanding all of the sounds of English and looking at vowels and consonant sounds. The bulk of this course is focusing on the words and phrases that we actually say. So the content is really focused on effective change in your speech by looking at the most frequently used words. And I've sorted all of these words for you and include them in our practice materials so that when you're practicing, you're really working on the words and phrases that we use the most. Rather than practicing lists of words like zebra and xylophone, you're practicing on the words like he and was and there that make up the bulk of what you're saying so that you have a real effective change in your speech. When you're looking for something specific, if you, for example, need help with a specific sound, perhaps you want to look at TH sounds, I can type that into my search box and find all of the lessons related to the TH. So you can navigate by week and by chapter, and you can also search for content and search to find all of the information in the course. So I hope that you'll be interested in trying a free trial of this course and purchasing the course. It's only $5 a month. And my goal for you is to go through the course, have these materials, download the materials for your own use to really make a change and improvement in your speech, and get a feel for Smart American Accent training. I think it's going to be extremely useful for you. I'll be back live again soon to show you some of our additional courses, but I do recommend starting with the 6-week course. And if you're not certain about that, you do have a 2-week free trial. You can also take our free mini course with at no cost to you, and then get free trials of some of our other courses to check them out. Again, I'll be back live to show you some of our resources on YouTube and on our homepage, speechmodification.com. Thank you for being a part of today's lesson here on Facebook, and I hope you'll take advantage of the special sale of my online courses and get working on your accent today. Remember, if you want to sound American, you can do it. speechmodification.com.